Hello, traders, and welcome to TradingWithBill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Pattaya, Thailand, and we've got sunshine, clouds, and haze on a Thursday morning. Currently 6:59 in the morning. That would be 19:59 on Wall Street on a Wednesday night. Traders, good to be with you. Let's take a peek at this dollar index, 95.22 this morning. Some market movement yesterday. However, I was trading into London for about the first hour, and I didn't see anything, but I'm just curious, what happened to the Aussie? In New York, that thing just plummeted, right? So something must have come out that I missed. That's all right. I missed it. So anyhow, it's Thursday. Wow, did this week go fast or what? I can't believe it's Thursday already. So here we are, and let's take a look at what's going on today. I don't see anything. The pound had RICS, house price balance, come out earlier. Not a good number. We look into current stuff. We got inflation expectations. As Aussie, it's not going to do a thing. Doesn't mean nothing. French CPI today. French HICP today. Spanish CPI today. Housing, that doesn't mean nothing. That's not going to help us at all. Somebody's speaking out of the pound today. Who cares? ECB publishes account of monetary policy meeting. That should be interesting, but I'm not interested. Who cares, right? OPEC monthly report. Yeah, okay. We'll talk about that. OPEC monthly report. Yeah, okay. Apparently, I'm not interested in that either. Going into the U.S., we've got some core CPI today, year on year. Core CPI month on month, which is the big one. Initial jobless claims comes out today. The CAD has new housing price index today. Crude oil inventories is out today, and crushing crude oil inventories is out today. You know, every time you look at this calendar, there's always something new. What is WASDE report? Anyhow, that comes out today, and they have it as medium impact today. So, any rands today? No rands today. So this, I think, is the first time I've done like 4 days in a row, 5 days in a row, because I didn't rant on Friday. Oh, I mean last Thursday. So yeah, we're rant free today. Rant free today. Let's take a look at what happened in the U.S. session. Oil came down yesterday, 72.67 as I speak, from that 75 level, right? Came all the way down to that 72 level in like 1 day. Remember, folks, if you're trading this /CL oil futures, $1 is $1,000, right? If you're trading those futures. You know, I say it all the time. I wish I can trade. I used to do it. I used to get up in the middle of the night and trade oil. I just can't do it anymore. But yeah, dollar index, 95.46 on this. I don't get this double chart thing with a big difference between dollar index. Anyhow, it's at 95.46 on the thickest swim platform. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Wow, look at this. Bang, to the downside, right? Now, on the whole, we're going to get to this here in a second. The market's tanked yesterday, right? The market's tanked. Take a look at this. The VIX is at 22. When is the last time I saw the VIX at 22? This is great. I haven't seen it in a long time. Volatility is in there.
It's 7 hours.
It's 7 hours. Thank you. You know, volatility is in there. The big thing is, look at this. The ESs. Look at this. This thing just plummeted yesterday in the U.S. session. And I wasn't around. I have not taken a look at my positions, but it's surely going to help me as I like buying puts. So that's a good sign for me. The 6E, those are the Euro futures, still sideways. Really, you know, it had an up day yesterday a little bit, but it's sideways. And even when we look at the chart, you'll see that it's still sideways. It's not doing a lot of different things. So we're still here. We're still hanging out. Not a big thing. But I was shocked when I saw these ESs when I opened this chart this morning. Just tanked like a rock. Can't wait to find out what's going on there. Now, technically, is this line here is the 200 exponential moving average. And as we know, price likes to react to the 200 exponential moving average. So let's see. Today might be an up day on the ESs and the markets. So we'll see what happens. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Let's do it. Let's get to the charts. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So my videos are running about 20 minutes now. It is what it is, what it is. But, you know, I think the meat of this whole thing, other than my rants and my outside conversation, is the charts, right? We want to talk about trading. And I'm not going to stop talking about charts and stuff. So, but let's talk about the Euro-Aussie. You know, I love this pair. And this pair's in a beautiful position right now. We really have an opportunity here because currently price is sitting close enough for me at resistance, right? Touch this resistance area. It's like a 5 touch here, right, left of the chart. And these indecision candles, constant indecision candles. There's one decision candle right there. The screen candle's a decision candle. The rest of them are indecision candles. A current candle, who knows what that's going to do, but it doesn't look like it's going to do much, right? So I want to sell this. Now, as traders, you know, we want to click the mouse, right? We want to be in trades. We want to do stuff. But, like, I'm not clicking the mouse yet because, you know, this Euro-Aussie, we've always talked about it. Once it gets in its move, it just continues. And I just want to make sure this just doesn't stay here taking a little rest and it's just going to bang up to the upside. Now, there's no data today in Asia, so there's really nothing that's going to move it one way or another. So we're just going to watch this. We're just going to let this hang out and see what goes on with this. Like I said, we'll get to the Aussie here in a second. So I'm looking at getting this at 1.6280. It's at what 1.6350. So it's, you know, but we want to see this prove to us that it wants to come to the downside. The other thing I'd like to see is I'd like to see this 10 EMA above price, which hopefully will help push it to the downside. So we got a couple of things. One, it's going to come back to this 200 exponential moving average. And you can see this is turning into a confluence area. You got the 55 and the 200. But hopefully, like I said, we'll have the 10 EMA on top of price, helping it push it down. But this is an area we're going to have to watch. And we'll come up to that 6240 area, 6250 area. We're going to need to watch that. But I'm looking to take this all the way down to 6150, folks. I'm looking to take this all the way back down here. As close as I can get it, right? Maybe 10, 15 pips above that. Once I enter the trade, you know, it's basically just let it do its thing and let it happen. The drawdown, you know, is going to be a little bit more than I like because I'm waiting for this to move another 30 pips before we're going to enter this trade. I'm not that confident that this is not finished going to the upside. I think it is, but I need to see some kind of confirmation, okay? All right. Let's take a look at this Aussie dollar. Now, I did not cheat on this Aussie dollar. So look at this move that happened. Wow, look at this, huh? Did this happen? Yes, look at this. This is amazing. Sometimes I amaze myself. What did we say yesterday? We wanted this to come to that 618, right? Came pretty close. Past the 50. Came pretty close. Red candle. Bounced off the 10 EMA. You would expect that. Green candle. There she goes. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See you later. And away she goes. And absolutely, really did the move to the downside. And this thing, you know, this happened in the U.S. session in the afternoon, right? This is between Asia, and this is between the close of New York and Asia's here. And this thing just took a plummet to the downside. So what are you going to do here? You know, what's the trade? Well, first of all, we're bearish. We can see on this chart that, you know, spatially it's a bearish chart. So we want to sell it. So I'm thinking, I know you're going to be surprised, but I'm saying this 200 maybe? And we'll take it to the downside. Now we got issues here, right? Like this is going to be an issue. Right? This is going to be an issue. Boom. We got an issue right there. And so we don't have a lot of, we get in at 70, we're at 40. You're going to get 30 pips if it gets down to that that support area, and then you're going to have to pop out of there, right? And see. So I'd rather see this pop up to 71.30 and 71.50, and we'll take it back down. But I don't know if it's going to happen. That's a trade plan. I don't necessarily like it, but we'll see what happens. It's the Aussie. I don't want to buy the Aussie, folks. There's two pairs I just don't want to buy, and that's the Kiwi, the New Zealand dollar, and I don't want to buy the Aussie. Two pairs I just don't want to buy. Everybody else, I'll go in either direction. Those two, I don't want to do that. Let's take a look at the euro, which this really hasn't done much. Actually, these markings are from yesterday, and it's actually at our spot where we want to take this, right? It's actually at this 1540 area. Remember we said we wanted to get it up to 50? So it's pretty close to where we want to jump in this little bad boy. This would be on my watch list today. Easy trade, right? This is going to be an easy trade, right? On this Thursday. I know I said Friday. But this is really an easy trade. We're just going to wait for the opportunity to get in. Now, saying that, if we look left of the chart, once we get in this trade, we got a lot of junk, right? There's no wide open space here, folks. We're going to battle this all the way down. So we hope that we get some significant dollar strength, and this thing just moves on through it. And, we'll see how it goes. But technically, this is a great opportunity to sell this. A little bit of confirmation, find out what's going on, and we can sell this. Looks good. Looks good. Let's take a look at the pound. Yeah, here's another one, right? Here is absolutely another one that's just on the move here, right? To the upside, right? Angle and separation of your EMAs. This is to the upside. This would be, right? I would consider this to be resistance, but I'm not sold on this. That it's time to take this to the downside. A little bit of confirmation, maybe an hour, 2 hours before London. We could take this to the downside. That looks feasible to me. That looks like a good idea. I don't want to buy this here, right? We don't want to, first of all, we don't buy at resistance, right? We know that, right? We sell at resistance and we buy at support. If you're going to do the breakout thing, that's fine. But remember, in a breakout, you've got to get that retest. In my book, you've got to get a retest. It's got to basically break out of your area. It's got to come back and give you a pullback. If it's one candle, it's got to give you a retest and then continue to the upside. If it just continues through that on a breakout, myself, I wouldn't trade that. Because that tells me, well, I really don't know what it's going to do. It can turn around and just dump 50 pips in an hour, right? So I always like some kind of a retest. Trust me, 90% of the other traders out there probably say, Wayne, you're crazy. It's okay. I'm crazy, I'm just not certified. I don't have a piece of paper saying that yet. But that's how I look at breakouts. I'm not against breakouts, but I do follow my rules on breakouts. So this is pretty interesting. And if you look at this chart, and technically this says this just wants to continue to the upside. Look at those moving averages. Such nice angle and separation pointing to the upside. But you know what? It's dipped down to that 10. Now it's come back up. So now it's hit that resistance level that I just put on there twice. Let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get some indecision candles, and we can take this back down. We'll take it back down. Where are we going to take down to? 3,100. Right here, right? 3,100. Whole number, 200 exponential moving average. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're looking for here, right? And we're going to do something here. And basically that's what we're looking at. Let's see what else we can talk about. Wow, did you see this dollar CAD? Whew. Unbelievable. Yeah, not a lot else going on. It's just moving what it's doing. But I think it's a good trading day. I mean, there's some data coming out, so there'll be some movement in the markets. I can't believe the ES is dumped like it did. I've never seen that before. I can't remember last time I saw the VIX above 21. The VIX is at 21 or 22, right? Unbelievable. Wow, that's unbelievable, right? Yeah, good trading. This is the time to be trading. This is it. Remember, about December 15th, markets are going to go flat for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. until after January 1st, after the new year. So take advantage of it. This is time to beat your charts. Time to have your iPad under your arm as you go shopping, right? Checking those charts. That's what it's all about. All right, traders, we can do a short one today, and no data necessary to watch out for. Again, this is showing 95.08. TOS is showing 95.46. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. Traders, thank you so much for being with me this week. And for those of you who have supported me on YouTube and who are following me on Twitter, thank you so much for your support. It's it's a great feeling to see when traders are following me. Thanks. Have a great week. Remember, I don't do a video on Friday. I have another obligation. And enjoy your weekend break. Get in there and start trading. It's a good time to be trading. Traders, always remember to trade smart, not hard. What's more important than that? Let's have a little bit of fun. Traders, till Monday morning in Asia. We'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.